All right, hello everyone. This is Sir Adrian back here to film the random events in our current game of Global War 1914 we're having, titled Operation Bersaglieri. And these will be for the summer of 1916. So things are heating up in the global conflict quite interestingly. Uh, Not too many changes in Russia. The Western Front is still quite static. Big changes down in Africa, though, and in China. I haven't quite updated everything yet for the American turn, but that conflict is going decisively in the Allies' favor, so definitely very interesting. There's no neutral additions that we have to worry about. And in terms of countries aligning, there is only going to be, or there will be rather, one. So France did complete their mandatory offensive the last turn, or this turn rather. So they won't suffer the negative effects from that anymore. It'll just be the Germans and British this upcoming turn who still won't be able to roll for diplomacy. And if they have wartime income tech completed, they won't be able to collect that. Because they haven't completed their mandatory offensives. And that includes any free diplomacy roles. So essentially, if you haven't completed it, you basically lose out on any free diplomacy roles you had because that doesn't carry over. So that's definitely something they might want to consider doing. I know the British weren't in position to do it up until now, and the Germans can do it whenever. They definitely have a massive stack of infantry and units in Bavaria. So definitely something to keep in mind. But back to the alignment. So the only country that aligns, because the French did complete that, would be the Romanians. So there's going to be a militia and a bunch of infantry units that are now going to be French, or at the very least join the French. Up in Romania, they were somehow still persuaded by the Allies to join them, due to some of their recent successes in China, perhaps. And Romania is worth an IPP. So France will go up to 23. IPP. So that should be it for that. So now, in terms of the random events, we'll go ahead and roll those. So for the West, we got a 3. So Norwegian conflict. So move Norway 2 levels towards Britain on the diplomacy chart. And the historical blurb is Norway declares that submarines operating in its coastal waters are subject to attack. German-Norwegian tensions increase. So Norway, which was at stage 1 for the Germans, is going to move to neutral, and then it's going to move to stage 1 for the British there. So that's it for the West. Now for the East, see what we get. A 2. So worldwide drought. Interesting. So each nation immediately loses 10% of their IPPs in the bank, rounded down to a minimum of 1. So that will involve a little bit of math. And what I will do is I'll actually end this video. I'll go calculate that very quick, and then I'll post a second very short video um, just to say how much. Actually, you know what? No, I'll let everyone figure that out. So again, before you start your turn and figure out your purchases and all that, um, well, do exactly that there. So you're gonna lose, as it said, uh, 10% of your IPPs that you currently have in the bank. So whatever that is, um, with a minimum of one. So regardless, each country is going to lose a significant chunk of their current IPPs to the bank for this turn. So other than that, that will be it. We'll have that done, and then we'll hand things off to MP7 to do the German Empire's turn.